What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? I threw the shades on because this light is bright as shit. Um, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Today is Monday. I'll drop this on a Wednesday. We're going to talk some Jimmy Butler. Happy New Year, all that good shit. Even though we said it already, we're going to drop three contents Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So y'all get what y'all get from us. I got Coach David in the building who's ready to start. You said basketball coaching?
Yeah, we've been doing it for a while now. We're midway through. We've played 8 games. We're
A game.
5-3.
Okay, so listen, it's a good start. We got to hunker down, play a little bit of defense and all that good shit.
Yeah.
But while you say basketball, perfect segue. Jimmy Butler is absolutely talking crazy about the Miami Heat and trying to force his way out.
Oh, he's done now. Pat Riley doesn't play that game. See, the problem is he got butthurt because he wanted to get paid. He's still under contract. Pat Riley ain't gonna pay you because you want to get paid. Now listen, Jimmy Butler is a good player, but he's also a prima donna. He thinks it's all about him. And while he's been great on certain teams, what have you done, Jimmy Butler? Have you won? No. The only team that was stupid that really should have kept him, and then they might have won, was when Minnesota had him and they let him go. I think
Yep.
that's the team that if they would have kept him. But again, why did they let him go? I'll tell you why. Because he's a head case. Jimmy Butler is about Jimmy Butler. He don't care about nobody else. Now you're not going to question the guy's heart. The guy will play hurt. He'll play hard. This and that. But as you can see in Miami, but when he gets his feathers ruffled like that, he becomes a cancer. Now he's
Oh,
complaining,
dude.
doing all kinds of stupid nonsense. And Pat Riley is the one coach. He don't take that shit. He ain't gonna play that. So they're gonna trade him. But here's the thing, though. He doesn't have the same value he had before. Because if I'm a team, I'm like, okay, I'll trade him for. But this is what I'm giving you. I'm not gonna give you premier top dollar for a guy that I know you need to get rid of now because you can't keep him. He's now come to the point where he's a distraction, and you have to get rid of him.
And that's the thing where Jimmy Butler always used to play hard, and now he's
Yeah,
not even trying. Like you could tell he's just mailing it
yeah,
in. He doesn't care.
exactly.
Um, but the thing is that the three teams right now that everybody's talking about is Memphis is supposedly like the big landing spot. Golden State and it's Memphis, Golden State,
Phoenix, but I don't see
Phoenix.
how that worked. Somebody was saying Phoenix would give Bradley Beal and their picks to get Butler, but Beal would have to sign off on his no trade clause.
Oh, and the Rockets. Sorry, my fault. The Rockets as well. But the thing is, all right, like you said, Beal could be on some. I'm not trying to go to Miami and
Hmm.
go to that shit. It doesn't look like it's working over there, right?
Yeah,
Um, and then you go Memphis. What do you want to part with? Like,
yeah.
there's
Memphis
no
don't have
way.
nothing that I would want.
See, but the thing is, like, all right, you got Bain there, right? I like Bain. Bain is young. Butler's old already.
Yeah, but I'm not giving up Bain to get Butler. That's
No,
stupid.
no, that's what I'm saying. But you
Yeah,
listen, you got to give up something.
I know. But what does Minnesota have other than Bain? I mean, not Minnesota. What does Memphis have other than Bain?
That's that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think this is where I see all these Memphis fans. Oh, throw one and throw this. Oh, slow down. This isn't NBA 2K where you could just flood it with picks and it works. You got to
Right.
get contracts that line up and everything
That's
else.
the thing too. Right. Exactly.
And if I take Bain away, I'm just adding Butler. Yeah, you're getting a defensive player. Bain is a good defensive player as well. But I mean, what am I really adding if I'm getting rid of something? You're trying
Yeah.
to add assets to Morant and Bain.
Right.
So I don't like the Memphis idea. Um, Houston
I wouldn't
got
do it
a,
if I was them.
they got a lot of young guys.
They
I'm sure
do,
you
but
could package something. The Sangoon guy, you can't touch him. He's a legit center. Nobody wants Fred Van Fleet, especially with that horrible contract. So I don't also want to give up, my youth that I'm building, that I drafted, because they're playing well.
I
Um,
know.
you're not going to get. They're not going to take Dylan Brooks. Like fucking, if they go, hey, we'll give you Dylan Brooks in a one. Fuck you and your one, right? Like keep that bum. So then you go, all right. The only one that makes sense is Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, because the Beal contract would match the Butler contract for now. And then you throw in the picks, and that's what makes the difference of the deal. But like you said, does Bradley Beal want to leave? No, I mean maybe Bradley Beal will want to leave because listen, right now, Phoenix has been a disappointment. They were the big three, but what have they done? Nothing. They're not even doing that well. They're like in the middle of the pack with that team. They were expecting to be a top 2, maybe 3 team. They're not even. They're like a 4 to 6 team, and not even a 4. They're almost a playing team right now.
Yeah.
Not what they
And
were expecting to be. And
and that's the weird part. Like you go, all right, well, the Beal thing matches up. The
but
only
here's
team
the
that I think
team.
could make that move, and I think it would go horribly, is Golden State because you got Kaminga, you got
Well, here's what I would do if I'm Golden
Wiggins.
State. I give you Draymond Green. I ship him over there because Miami's going to want something where they can play. You put Draymond Green in the East, he could still be a pain in the butt. You package him with some picks and another player, and do you put Jimmy Butler with Curry and well, I don't know if they would keep maybe Wiggins in it. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, Jimmy Butler would be a good fit there because they need a closer other than Curry.
Yeah,
They don't have that.
Here's my thing: is Draymond's got to be part of that deal because
Yeah.
if Jimmy Butler tries to talk any kind of crazy, Draymond and him are killing each other.
Yeah, you can't have both. Nah, you can't. I don't think those two could coexist.
No way. Butler's going to think he could talk however he wants, and Draymond is he's going to be Draymond. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have that. I just think right now a lot of people aren't factoring in. This is why I hate sports where fans, they forget the player's age. They forget that these guys are declining. And I'm not saying Jimmy Butler's not a talented guy, but he's not the Jimmy Butler he was years ago.
No, absolutely.
Right? Like,
he's got a lot of injuries lately too.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose, even though, right now, let's just say any of these teams make a playoff run. Like, and I'm not saying, they're a play-in and they lose. No, I'm saying, like, get the first, second round, whatever.
Right.
That one, it's still a decent pick, right? Like, it's not a late 2, unless you're winning the NBA Finals or the runner-up. It's like a fucking early 2, you know what I mean? Like, but
exactly.
I'm not trying to give you youth for an old guy who's he's not playing up to his contract neither. I don't want that. So all the hype on Butler, people get so enamored by the name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Jimmy Butler. It's not Jimmy. He's not Jimmy Butler no more.
Right.
He's a very good player, but he's not Jimmy Butler.
Now,
the last Jimmy Butler that you seen that was fucking legit was in Philadelphia. Kawhi hit the crazy shot and sent them home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you think the Pelicans would be crazy enough to maybe swing, which I wouldn't do it, even though I'm not a fan of Zion that way to get Butler, and they think maybe Butler helps that team get over the hump in the West? I mean, I wouldn't want to do it just because Zion's young and, like you said, Butler's old, but it doesn't look like Zion wants to be there. You throw Zion into the East, into the Heat, that's interesting. I don't know if it's definitely hasn't been thrown out there, but I'm just saying, possibly.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to change the graphic because I already made it. And I'm getting rid of it because if you put Zion, listen, if Zion could, fucking guy, man, all the talent in the world, can't stay healthy, got to chill out with his eating.
Yeah.
If you put Zion with Adebayo, bro, that's a nasty duo.
I know. I mean, like I said, it hasn't been out there, but it would work for the Pelicans too, because you get Ingram and you got Butler and then you got Alvarado. They would be dangerous.
Yeah.
Zion, you get Butler. Obviously the only thing is Butler's probably a rental because Butler's not going to re-sign with the Pelicans. And I don't think the Pelicans would look to pay him either. If the Pelicans make that deal, they're going all in for this year, which, I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, it's not been talked about, but it's something that's interesting because Pat Riley, he's going to trade him to whoever gives him the best offer. Whatever he thinks is the best for him, he's taking. So we don't care. You're not going to lowball him.
He knows what he's doing. But, like, not for nothing, think about it this way, too. Because, listen, I looked at all the stuff that, because you read what teams are interested, what teams are at the top.
Right.
The Pelicans one makes more sense to me. And also, if I could move Zion, say I'm not we, but all right, say we're part of the fucking Pelicans organization.
Right.
If we could move Zion's horrible contract and he don't want to be here and Butler leaves, I free up cap.
Yeah. And you can go out and
I get rid of that problem. And now I keep my Ingrams, I keep the Alvarados. I try to sign somebody. I use the draft. This is a really good draft this year.
Yeah.
And it's not just Cooper Flag. As much as I'm a Cooper Flag guy,
right.
The top 7 picks can be elite picks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good talent after that.
No, I agree. There's definitely some ballers that are going to be coming out this year. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not been talked about, but I'm just saying that's a team to throw out there. Be interesting if they're looking to make a move, because I think that they've gotten to the point where they want to move on from Zion too. It hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Butler would be ideal then if you're going to move him, unless you find another team that's like really hungry and is willing to give you more, because there might be a team you can get more for that guy. So, I don't know. The deadline will be interesting to see. If they don't move him by the deadline, then they were stupid, because in the off season, then he's just gonna. I think he's a free agent, right?
I think so. I remember hearing something about that. This is
so I would try to trade him.
I mean, it could be his last year, or it could be like a player option or some shit like that.
Right.
But I mean, like I love what you said. I think it makes more sense. I think we hit everything. I'm gonna take my shades off because I can't see worth a shit right now. But listen, like, subscribe, share. Coach David in the building. Guy just got his football team undefeated. He coaches all types of
party Saturday, actually. Celebrated.
Look at that. Yo, dude, listen, this is what happens when you know somebody for as many years as you do. We're on the same fucking wavelength without being on the wavelength. You know what I mean? Like, so listen, we talked some NFL stuff for Tuesday, which we're all doing this on Monday. We dropped this on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to drop the Logan Paul versus Conor McGregor. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I'm just giving you a fair advance warning that look for this on Wednesday. But my brother, we out of here.
Welcome to the show. The Chef and Cyborg Saving Sports Radio. Football addicts, since they learn how to walk. Be giving 2 cents since they learn how to talk. Yo, it's me, Gray Cloud. Know the voice of New York. The highs, the lows, the wins, the bosses. You ain't a damn loser if you took some losses. Put the gloves on. Let's see who's the soft.